home game of the season. How are you feeling about that, bearing in mind Cardiff's record at home?
I just think it's an exciting time for everybody at the club, really. You know, it's going to be a cracking crowd. I mean, nearly a full house, you know, and it's what we've been striving for, really, since, I mean, when I came to the club, if you'd have said we'd have been playing in front of a full house in 18 months' time, you know, they'd have thought I was in cloud cuckoo land. So it's a great feeling, and I think it's a good club to be playing, Newcastle. I think, you know, Rafa's got them in the top 10 last year, didn't they? So, you know, they've got some good players, and they've always got a great following. So I remember at the end of the first season when they got promotion, they played us at the end of the season, and the fans were unbelievable. And I remember turning to Kevin Blackwell and saying, we want some of this, don't we? Look at their fans here. You know, it was brilliant. So it promises to be a good atmosphere all around tomorrow.
There's no doubt about it. They're going to be targeting this as a game that they'll want to win, a game they can win. Yeah. I suspect you're feeling the same. Does that make it a more toothsome clash, do you think?
I don't think so, really. I think from their point of view, I think, not just their point of view, I think every club in the league will think it's a winnable game playing Cardiff. It's just how we're going to be this year. I think it's, you know, we've got to improve, and we've got to try and use the full squad as best we can. And I think that the home games in particular, with the fans, we've got to take it on board how exciting it is, really, and let's give them something to cheer about.
And we sort of, perhaps a little bit romantically, talk about the fans being the 12th man, but you are the guys at the coalface at the sharp end. How realistic is that? How valuable is it?
Well, they are. I mean, they've been on this quite remarkable journey, really, the fans, and you know, it's really turned a full cycle, you know, since I've been here, the whole club. And they've played a big part, really, not just at home, but the away fans have been fantastic as well, which, you know, you get your hardcore away from home. But it is an intimidating place at this Cardiff City Stadium when they're all in full song. You know, the Welsh anthem still sends shivers up my spine, and I'm a bloody Englishman. So, you know, it's an amazing place, really. And with the Geordies being on board, I mean, let's be fair, the Geordies are I think they're unbelievable. 50-odd thousand every week, and they haven't won anything for a long time. They're just fantastic supporters. So I think it's two good groups here that have been so loyal to both clubs. It's an amazing scene. And obviously, we'd love to be in their boat where they're established themselves in the top level. But we've got a lot of work to do to get to that level at the moment.
Do you see chinks in their armour this season? Some of the fans not happy about them, perhaps not having reinforced to the extent that they would have wanted over the summer. Do you see real chinks in the Newcastle armour?
I think that's a little bit of hot air, really. I think, you know, different people play things differently, don't they? And I think, you know, if you look at their investment and the players, I think they've improved the squad from last year, and they finished 10th last year. So, you know, I don't really know much more where they could improve, really. So I think it's a bit tongue-in-cheek there. I think Mike Ashley's an easy target, isn't it, really? Let's blame him.
Yeah. You were mentioning about the fact everybody will think of Cardiff or target Cardiff as a game that they're going to win. But I was listening to somebody on the radio this morning saying that they think that of all the 20 managers in the top flight, Neil Warnock is the most determined and who still has a point to prove in the Premier League. Do you recognise yourself in those comments? Absolutely,
yeah. I mean, I already know it'll be, you know, 100 times anything else I've done in my career to keep us in the league, knowing all the circumstances. So it's a great challenge because I know I'm going to get some flack along the way, you know, but, you know, that's why I'm still in the game, really. I'm in the game for days like tomorrow. You know, I've got goose pimples now thinking about coming out and that noise and the volume and looking around the stadium, a packed house. You know, it's fantastic, really. I'm really, you know, I'm honoured to be the manager. And they've helped me achieve. The fans have been really pivotal in me getting my 8th promotion, which is what I set out to do when I came to the club. So it's a two-way thing now. I want to repay them by having some enjoyment.
And would you say you are going to be the most determined manager in the Premier League this season? Bearing in mind there are a number of new managers who have come in. Some of them have had Premier League experience before. But a number of people saying that you know, you're the man who's going to want this more than anybody else.
I think because I suppose on Father Time it's not being beneficial to me, really. I think because of the stage of my career and the financial situation that we're dealing with, it just makes you more determined, really. We all have to work harder. We all have to put, you know, more of a shift in, and the players know that. You know, we spoke to them, the staff. You know, we've not. You know, I look at some of the visitors coming to our stadium this year, they have a bus for the staff. You know, we've still got a little taxi for ours. So, you know, there are comparisons, but hey ho, you know, it's 11 against 11, 30-odd thousand Cardiff fans. It's to be really, you know, we've got to look forward to this.
And finally from me, obviously one game played, and you'll have been aware about some of the comments that have come from certain pundits, particularly one former Blackburn and Chelsea striker. Are those comments can be pasted up on the wall in the dressing room? Do you use that as a galvanising tool? Or are you actually frankly irritated after just one game that those sorts of comments have been made?
Not really. I think it was a bit tongue-in-cheek, if I'm honest. You guys, you know, and ladies, you pick on little things, don't you? And I suppose Chris was playing to the audience, really. It will be nice to get to 12 points, I must admit. But at the moment, we've got other pressing things in our minds. You know, Newcastle's first and foremost, and we are aware. You know, the Arsenal manager's no good, is he? Because they've lost the game, and I'm afraid that comes with the territory, that, doesn't it? You just have to take it on board and do the best you can.